Excuse me. 2 weeks ago, I shared some tips to help you win the emotional battle in your weight loss, your keto, your low carb fasting journey. Fix sleep was one very important strategy that I suggested. But how does one do this? Well, today I will share my sleep story and leave you with some suggestions that will help you with your own sleep because sleep is super important when it comes to a weight loss journey. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button right here in the corner. And if you want to click the bell so you'll be notified when my videos drop on Fridays, that would be awesome. Also, you could give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I love to interact with you. And friends, I am on track to reach 1,000 subscribers. I have a huge goal and a date in mind. So if you would help me out, that would be so awesome. Don't be shy, hit subscribe. Hey there, welcome back to my weekly episode of 5 on Fridays, where I share my experiences in this incredible keto, low carb fasting weight loss journey. If you've watched my channel for any time, you know that I've lost a little over 100 pounds and have kept it off for over 2 years now. And today's topic is fix sleep. My sleep struggles and the solutions I came up with started again way before I learned the word keto. In my video 2 weeks ago called Emotional Strategies for Keto and Weight Loss Success, I will link that up in the info card and below in the comments. I know fixing your sleep is not an easy thing to do. Trust me, I have been there. So, as long as you promise to stay awake, I'm going to start with my sleep story, and it's not meant to put you to sleep. Hopefully, it's going to inspire you and give you some hope to know that you can improve your sleep. Sleep is fundamental to your weight loss success. So stay awake and stay alert right now. Here we go. Well, let's start with my sleep story. I was overweight my entire adult life. I snored like a freight train. I tortured my poor husband, who is a saint. My kids could even hear me snoring downstairs from my upstairs bedroom. Eventually, I got to the point in my life where I needed a turning point because I was chronically exhausted. I had the worst brain fog. I couldn't function on a daily basis, so something had to change. I started doing my research, and if you've followed me for any time, you know that I am big into researching hormones because this healing journey is truly all about the hormones. So I started researching sleep and hormones. I realized that I was deprived of oxygen during the night, and I finally, even after many years of suggestion from concerned friends and family, I finally set up a sleep study. For whatever reason, I even have a picture of myself at the sleep study clinic. Sure enough, I was diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. Now, this is a very important detail. I was diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. Central sleep apnea is a totally different ballgame. When it comes to dealing with apnea, you always must work with your sleep doctor in regards to your treatment plan. My doctor sent me home with a CPAP machine. Now, the CPAP machine was the biggest reason why I did not want to have a sleep study because I knew that's what was going to happen. But I have to tell you that that study and being prescribed that machine truly changed my life. Fixing my sleep was the best first step in my healing journey. My snoring stopped. We all slept better in this house, but most importantly, I started waking up refreshed in the morning. I actually was able to start coming out of the fog of my chronic exhaustion day to day. And I truly credit this sleeping better to being able to focus my mind better to make the next choice in my journey, which I talked about last week in my quitting sugar video. Better sleep helped me focus better. So I launched my quitting sugar journey, which I talked about last week, which led me to finding the ketogenic way of life with intermittent fasting. And as I continued to lose weight, my sleep kept getting better and better. And one really interesting thing that those of you that are in ketosis have probably experienced this as well. But as I slipped into ketosis and the beginning stages of that journey, the first couple of months, I had some crazy, wild dreams. crazy. I wondered if that's what it felt like to be on psychedelic drugs. That is how crazy those dreams were. If you've had dreams like that, leave me a comment below. I would love to know if you had wild psychedelic dreams too. So anyhow, I am cruising along in my keto way of life. I'm still using my CPAP machine. Around the time I had lost a total weight of about 75 pounds, I started experiencing a side effect of keto, which was dry mouth. So during the night, I started taking my mask off because my mouth was so dry. And my husband was actually the one that realized this. He said to me, I noticed you took your mask off, but I also noticed you are no longer snoring. I immediately called my sleep doctor that day and I said, let's do a repeat sleep study. My husband said I'm no longer snoring. And so I did that. And with my doctor's permission, after a sleep study, I was able to stop using the CPAP machine because my obstructive sleep apnea had been reversed. And me and my doctor, we both did a big happy dance. It was so exciting. But again, a reminder, my obstructive sleep apnea was reversed, not my central sleep apnea. And it was only with my doctor's blessing that I stopped using my CPAP machine. Losing weight, using the CPAP machine, fixing my sleep eventually led me to the point where I was no longer using an alarm. I was waking up fully refreshed around 5 o'clock in the morning, and to this day, I still don't use an alarm. And I have to tell you, that is so very freeing. So I have been very blessed because I have experienced years of so much better sleep. And I have to say, I had been getting this solid sleep until about 6 months ago when I arrived at full blown menopause. So now that is an entirely different story and a different subject for a different video. But before that time, I slept great. I got 7 to 8 hours of solid sleep with no interruptions. I never woke up. Oh, and one thing I always do too before bed is I take my magnesium glycinate supplement because that does help with sleep as well. Now, if you've been around the low carb and fasting world for any time, you will see people questioning and complaining about lack of sleep or disrupted sleep when they are fasting. And yes, it's true. I did experience some restless and crazy nights of high energy while I was doing some extended fasting. So that is something that is a side effect of fasting that you do need to be aware of. So right now where I'm at in my sleeping journey is hot flashes are a problem. They wake me up. I am working closely with my doctor to find a balance between my changing hormones and finding good sleep and well being. Before I move on to some tips, I'd like to know, what's your sleep story? Please share that below. I posted a question out on social media the other day asking for people to respond to what sleep means to them. I got some interesting and fun responses on Twitter. I no longer snore and I feel refreshed every morning. I no longer need nana naps. I don't take naps anymore either, which is crazy amazing. Sleep is restorative and essential. Amen. I'm not such a great sleeper. About 6 hours max, 8 on rare occasions. For me, I stopped snoring once I lost 51 pounds and gained more restful sleep. This tweet speaks to me. I know, sleep is so important, isn't it, Julie? And then from Instagram, I've always felt like people could get off their CPAP machines if they lost weight. So that's what you found to be true. Yes, that's what I have found to be true for myself because I had obstructive sleep apnea, not central sleep apnea. Keep in mind, they are very different things. And you must always work with your doctor with any type of sleep apnea. My friend on Facebook said, you know the answer to that, and I know her well. So yeah, she struggles with sleep. And another friend said, I wish I get paid to sleep. Must be nice. Another friend said I had horrible sleep before I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and she also began using a CPAP machine. I'm telling you, the CPAP machine is a lifesaver. My best friend from first grade can relate to me now. She says, too hot, 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 and then cold. Vicious cycle, rinse and repeat. Well, I am going to try to get to the bottom of this menopausal sleep situation and I will help her out. And yeah, there's a lot of people that have issues with sleep. Besides my personal story, I do have a few tips to leave you with. Hopefully, these will help you fix your sleep for improved body and brain function. First of all, and I can't emphasize this enough, you have to visit your doctor. Don't wait for decades like I did. How foolish was that when I think back? That CPAP machine literally changed my life. If you suspect you are struggling with apnea, get yourself to the sleep doctor right now. Visit your PCP for blood work to check your hormone levels because most likely you're having hormone issues as well that leads to your bad sleep. Which leads me to my next suggestion, which I've always emphasized. You need to learn the science, apply the science to change your life. So you need to understand your hormones. Some of the hormones that affect your sleep are melatonin, cortisol, insulin, estrogen, progesterone. Melatonin is the hormone that is released at night when it gets dark, and this helps soothe you into sleep. Cortisol is your stress hormone. If your cortisol level is sky high, like mine has been off and on my entire life, guarantee your sleep is going to be disrupted. Insulin, we all know insulin plays a major role in all of our metabolic function. And as soon as I started getting my insulin under control, my sleep just kept getting better and better. Estrogen and progesterone, well, I'll have more to share about these in my menopausal video, but what I do know is that progesterone is a relaxing hormone, so I'm very interested to get this under control. You also need to understand the emotional impact of lack of sleep, which should motivate you to try to fix your sleep. Sleep deprivation makes us weak. Personally, for me, I know it made me weak. It made me easily give in to temptations. I made poor choices. I did not keep up with my commitments. And looking back, I do believe that lack of sleep also contributed to my sugar cravings. And all of those things were just like a vicious cycle feeding into itself. Lack of sleep, overeating, obesity. Fixing my sleep certainly helped with all these emotional issues as well. And lastly, get to know your circadian rhythm. A few things you can do to help reset this is to, first of all, sleep in a dark room. That helps with the release of melatonin. During the day, make sure to get adequate sunlight. Stick to a regular bedtime routine and a regular wake up routine. I would also highly recommend stopping all caffeine by noon each day. I have actually cut out caffeine completely because it's a known trigger for night sweat. Avoid alcohol in the late evening. I would suggest being done, if you're going to imbibe, be done drinking alcohol with your evening meal. And avoid eating after dinner so that you go to bed with a well-digested stomach. Better digestion, I know for a fact, helps me sleep better as well. If you focus on your circadian rhythm and keeping it in a great rhythm, it's going to help improve your sleep overall as well. Well, that's my sleep story and my sleep experiences and just a few tips. I'll leave a few more resources linked below in the comments area, and you can visit my website, joyfulketolife.com, where you will find a blog post about this video, and also you will see my sleep story and solutions woven throughout all of my blog posts, because sleep is so absolutely fundamental in your healing journey. And don't forget to share below, your sleep is what? Let me know. And also let me know what strategy or part of my story that you think might help you fix your sleep for better body and brain function. Don't forget to hit subscribe in the corner here. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you helping me out. That would be so awesome. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment. I love interacting and engaging with you. And share this video. You never know what one story, one spark might ignite someone else's own joyful journey to healing and wellness. So now I'm going to tell you to sleep well and choose joy. Bye.